Thanks for joining me for today's webinar. Look guys, I hate webinars that go on for hours, and in this webinar it's all about learning effective strategies to manage your anger levels. So to make a quick introduction about myself, over 25 years ago I began my selling career. I started selling insurance door to door, up and down the country. I was successful at it, but not as much as I thought I could be. I realized that a couple of things were preventing me from going to the next level. As soon as I felt I was being criticized or challenged from a client, I would feel myself getting angry and totally shutting down and not be able to respond in the appropriate way. I would then take it out on people I knew and get into a spiral of self-criticism for days on end, often working myself up into a rage. The worst thing is, I took that rage out on my immediate family, often shouting at them and blaming the world, resulting in a self-imposed no-talk zone. My wife avoided interacting with me when I was in this anger mood and waited for me to calm down. I realized this was not going to take me to the next level of success I craved, and importantly, control over my emotions. It seemed that emotions had a grip on me. I had become an emotional hostage. I observed the top salespeople and top producers and leaders seemed to have this control over challenging situations and were so cool under pressure and could come up with answers to clients' challenges and deliver them so smoothly. I soon discovered there were many people, not only salespeople who had problems in anger management, but all types of people from leaders to sports people to mums and dads and young kids. Anger affected them in all the decisions they made, but importantly, their behaviors and interactions with others. Everyone seemed to accept that they could not control this rage. That's when I decided I needed help. And for me, that was a journey of mastering myself. I embarked on educating myself in the field of psychology and now have a background in cognitive behavior therapy and rational emotional therapy. Armed with this knowledge, I applied this to myself and immediately started seeing what anger really was, an emotion. I understood the flight and fight responses myself so well and learned how to manage my internal state so I could make decisions under pressure. The funny thing is, when I became aware that I was becoming angry, I got control over my relationships with my clients, work colleagues, and importantly, the most important relationship with my family improved. People started seeing the new me and wanted to learn how I transformed myself. People sought my counsel, and for the first time in my life, I felt in control. My results took off, and by accident, my new career was launched. I started training salespeople in 2003, teaching psychology and sales. A significant amount of time is training salespeople anger management. This is a course that's been trained in live classroom settings, tested with live feedback from attendees, and it works. So if you're looking to learn anger management, this is the course for you. There are a couple of things to consider here. Managing your anger stops destructive behavior and outbursts. You learn how to get control of your life and start making positive changes to get your life in order. This course will teach you to understand the cycle of anger and areas of the brain affected by this emotion. Understand helpful and unhelpful ways to deal with anger. Learn techniques in controlling anger. So what's the first step? Learn how to stop becoming a prisoner to your angry emotions. Sure, some people try to ignore their angry feelings by suppressing them. Some succeeded for a while until they could take it no more and exploded into a rage. After a month of seeing what things were triggering my anger responses, I then decided to create a step-by-step guide to understand anger and control it and use it as a signal to change my response. Having true emotional choice in my life for the first time seemed to undo the invisible handcuffs that control me. I have created a step-by-step online guide for learning anger management for you that works. So just to clarify, my goal was to understand how to manage my anger levels and have true emotional choice in my life. How you act and feel may be the same, but the two are distinct and may be quite different at any given moment. So what's the next step? The next step is to sign up for your trainable anger management system. Every person that registers for the anger management course will get their own worksheets and anger management manual. So let's get into it. So how can you get started? The actual course is split into 12 modules. Module 1 is all about getting started, the learning objectives. Module 2 is all about understanding the nature of anger, the cycle of anger. Module 3, the do's and don'ts, is about understanding how to respond to anger. Module 4 is about how to gain control of your anger and recognizing warning signs. Module 5 is about learning how to separate people from the problem and identify the problem. Module 6 is about working on the problem, negotiation tips, and identifying solutions. Module 7 is about learning how to solve a problem, taking action steps. Module 8 is about developing a personal plan to deal with your hot buttons. Module 9 is about learning the AAA approach, having 3 techniques to deal with anger. Module 10 is learning how to deal with angry people. Module 11 is learning how to use all the techniques together to manage your anger better. So what does it cost? The price of the course is $399 US. This includes lifetime access and a full 30-day money-back guarantee. Lastly, I'd like to thank everyone watching the webinar for their time, and I hope you got something valuable from today. If you have any questions, always feel free to send me an email on questions@frontiercourses.com.